Hello everyone and welcome to the new round in Hungary for Ion GT3. We are now in qualifying now with AG Capitan currently on provisional pole, but as the track evolves we'll see more times and more of those times getting faster and faster as the session goes out. We have 12 minutes of qualifying today and hopefully we have a banger of a race.
I think no one's actually set proper times yet, because I think the 131 was an outlap, because top time in quali was a 124.
Mm-hmm. Stop it, well, 124, that's what they're cutting a lot. Right.
Just for Dakar cutting a lot was 108. Just for the record, that is not AG Capadonna, that is Epic Noob. I do not know why the AG Capadonna graphic was played then.
I don't know either, but anyways, Lom's, we're about to see some of the fast laps come in now.
That is AG Capadonna.
Yes, that is AG Capadonna. Along with the Hojigogani Flight.
Yep, he's crossing the line now. Right now, on provisional poll is Epic_Noob. Will Kappa get it? Kappa will not. He is in second. Eric now goes in second.
Well, now all eyes on Seva because he's the current championship leader. If he wins one more race today, I think. Hold on, let me get that up.
Yeah, it's one more race, and then he beats the record for most wind. Or most wind.
So if Seva outscores Eric by 7 points this weekend, he is now the champion. If Seva wins one more race, he is tied for the most GT3 wins. Then if he wins both the sprint and the feature race, he'll have the most wins in GT3.
While you were saying that, he was unable to go P1. He is currently in P3. With Eric still in P2 and Seva in P3.
Hopefully Epic Noob doesn't, absolutely get died by the start of collisions, because as we saw from the tri-spirit of Just Matt last week,
no, it was third.
Collisions could absolutely destroy a person's race.
Yeah, it was third last week.
Agony's disconnects.
I'm sure he'll be rejoining. Epic Noob and Eric, something I've noticed while I've been engineering is Epic Noob and Eric have been having quite the rivalry since about Britain. They always seem to be really close to each other, so it's quite nice seeing them both fight for pole at the moment.
Well, yeah. Well, hold on. Let me see the last. Okay.
I don't think they end up really finishing close together in the race.
Epic in Canada finished 64 seconds behind Eric. Then in the sprint race in Canada, he finished.
Yeah, but look at qualifying. Didn't Eric go P7 and Epic went P8? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Actually, Epic did beat Eric there, but just in qualifying.
Yeah, and then in Britain as well, sprint race, Epic finished P4 and Eric finished P5. Like a little bit of a rivalry there. That's just viewers entertainment for you. War on wheels hype up,
I don't think it'll be covered.
No, it may not. We don't know yet. Neither do the viewers. Anyway, it's top viewer starting their second flying laps now. I think Eric is coming through to start his second flying lap. I think Seva has just started his in that KRR yellow car.
Noticeably, Garrett's in the second KRR green car. Well, that's his old, since probably something happened to his main.
Garrett is actually here this race. I'm sure Kaikara will be pleased about that.
If they can score points, yeah.
Well, he is down in P15 currently. If he stays in that position for the feature race, he will score 1 whole point for that KRR green team.
I think it's 16. P16, you get points.
No, it's P15 and above. P15's 1 point.
Are you sure?
Yep, fairly sure. Okay. I'll pull up the timing wheel. timing thingy for you. But just keep commentating while I get my point system.
Nothing much to really say right now. Tempe takes the fastest last sector, goes P7. Loganese, his teammate crosses the line in P6. Not really much to say right now. I mean, Epic Noob has a purple sector 1, but...
I mean, he's coming up to the line now.
Yeah, Lolms and the British feature race winner is now stuck in P19. Epic goes 1 second faster.
Yep, so I am right. So points for GT3 feature race. 15th is 1 point, 14 is 2 points, 13th 3 points, 12th 4 points, 11th 5 points, and 10th is 6 points.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yes, it goes up till counting up until about 5th, which is 11th, then 4th is 13th, 3rd is 16th, 2nd is 20, and 1st is 25 with an extra point for that fastest lap.
I just want to note something from pre-practice a while back, which is like 5 minutes ago. B guy's getting P8 in that.
Yeah, he's racing in crossbow later.
Yeah. Hopefully he could do well.
Well, we'll have to find out. Does you know what new Sonic Gem?
That's the thing. Vic will just to tell you viewers, Vic will no longer be racing in GT3 after this race because we're gonna plan to series lock him in Expo and then try him out there. Hopefully he gain more experience in there. Just a little thing.
And if you haven't been keeping up with news talking about that Hoishi team, Charles has been confirmed for the rest of this season and season 4. I'm correct in saying that, right, Indon?
Yep. We confirmed it for season 4. Hopefully he could turn up. Because as of lately he's had problems.
And Sever's also got into P2 now.
Does 210 separate those two?
Yeah.
And now it's just waiting for someone to improve.
So I think Epic and Sever are coming through to start another flying lap. So Epic is in the final corner now. You're watching Tempe and that Advan. So we'll just try and commentate what's happening while you watch Tempe here. He's coming down through, coming up to the S's now, sliding quite a bit for you there.
I think Tempe should have been in the Valor, right?
Yeah, I thought that as well, but maybe because Advan run a Valor and a Maya, which is a bit difficult to do because you have to constantly
switch
update so maybe East isn't here to do that currently. I don't think I saw him during practice.
Yeah, probably. But oh well. The car is a car.
And also the Valor isn't particularly suited to this track due to its understeery nature. And there's a lot of
P8 in the Valor, as you say that.
That's true. But I don't know. Maybe the Valor is good here. I never really thought it would be because of the.
I wonder if it would be good in USA.
USA, I'd assume it would be because you've got that long flat out turn.
And you got the straight line speed of the Valor V8. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it totally has a V8. Sever is now starting his flying lap. We can watch him. We're now on board with him. He's got quite a bit of slipstream for that from a Hoishi in front. That's good for him.
Why do you keep saying it's Hoishi, by the way?
I don't know. How are you meant to pronounce it?
Hoshi.
Oh, Hoshi.
Yeah, like a O, not Hoi.
Oh, sorry. Hoshi. Anyway, he got quite a bit of slipstream for that Hoshi. Or Epic finishes his lap and does not improve. Hoshi. I can't.
Oh yeah, to note, Silver and the Valor with a different look.
Yeah,
the bare amount of bounces on it.
Yeah, I don't like
everything. What is going on here?
I don't know. Did you watch Sever? He's coming down towards the
All yellow
final
sectors.
hairpin. Yeah, this is not a good day for the top three so far. Neither of them improving. Sever's going to have to hope to improve quite a bit if he wants to get into pole in this final sector. But
Well,
they have each got another flying lap, so we will have to see.
yep.
Sever
Anything can
comes
happen
across the
during the
line.
race because, as we saw with Canada, Seven with that purple sector, last sector. I think he's going for another one.
Yep, he seems
Uh,
to be going for another one.
so yeah, well, as we saw from last race in Canada, as all of our hearts sank, just Matt taken out by backmarker and losing that sprint race win. I
No,
think.
it was the third wheel. It was the third wheel in
Oh
Dom.
yeah, the third wheel. I'm thinking of
They're both Tri Spirit.
just Matt is his. No wait, no. Was it the third wheel? Hold on. I gotcha.
No, it was the third wheel. Because I was engineering for them. Kota Racing and Tri Spirit have a bit of a partnership, so I was engineering for third. And yes,
Oh
it was
yeah, it
definitely.
was.
As
Chestnut was his
Organist
teammate
set
that
the purple
race.
sector too. We didn't pick that one up. Sorry. You're watching him now. He's coming up. Coming up to the line. Will he be able to challenge the top three for pole?
And oh, sort of.
Oh, he goes into P3.
Stella ain't
Eric's
able to
got
improve again.
Eric's got a green sector 1, me a yellow sector 2. Greg's got a green sector 2. Will either of them be
Wide
able to
is all
challenge?
green sector so far.
There's quite a few drivers here that could have a chance at pole. We don't know how much they're improving by. You're watching Eric coming through that hairpin now. Coming
Imagine if he could.
to the line. We'll have to see.
Oh, Wide is not able to improve that last sector, so he goes P8. So who else? Eric stays P4.
Eric, Greg, and
Seva's still going. Hold on, how much fuel does Seva have? Seva has 5% fuel on this lap.
Epic is starting his final lap now, and I believe Sever is as well. What Sever has. This is going to be the final fight for pole, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens here. Sever goes slightly wide there, but does get a green sector 1.
He just needs to improve by 2/10 this lap.
We'll have to see what happens. Epic is also coming up to the hairpins. Sever's going through the S's.
Oh, Seva hits the bump.
That's not good for him. He's got a yellow sector 2. That's not good.
He just needs to do this, just do this very well.
We'll have to see. Qualifying is now over. Sever looks like he'll be the first across the line. I may be wrong there. Nope. Greg has to make my life difficult. Sever coming towards the line. He's got that green sector 1, that yellow sector 2. Will he challenge Epic Noob for pole?
No, he doesn't.
He will not. He improves only by a 10th. Epic Noob has aborted his final lap, I believe.
And that's it. That's everyone. That's everyone's lap done. Well, there's Blue Sonic Gen, but with the performances he's been putting on, I think he's like midfield-ish.
You never know, he might get pole. He's coming through the S's now with a green sector 1. We might have a meme racing pole.
Oh, and he slides.
Oh. Yes,
and that's the yellow sector.
Pole.
Day ruined.
Day ruined. So it looks like your top 3 will be Epic, Sever, and Organist.
Yep. It appears to be. Oh, that's... Oh, Blue Sonic Gen goes P8, stealing Wide's P8s, as in the process boots him down into P9. British Coda, you're back.
Yep, sorry, had to do something then. I am now back. Have we run the intro yet? I don't think we have.
No, I don't think so. But well, with Epic Noob on pole, Seva in P2, Alchemy stealing P3 from Eric, which puts him down to P4, Wolf and Greg P5. Age of Capitan
Right.
on P6, Jokey in P7 for Brandstar, Blue Sonic Jag stealing P8 from Wide in the meme racing car. That puts Wide into P9 for the Hoshi team. Tempe now in P10 with Golem Sand in P11, then Water Department in P12, Silver P13, then AZ P14, Nero P15, Lucy, then Big, then Zach, then Garrett, then Mumu. That'll be your lineup for today's race, and let's have a good time, and we'll see you then.
Okay, have fun.
Do you think stunts can work?
Intro. Intro.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, sorry for that. We are now back again once more for the Hungarian, is this a Grand Prix technically? I have no idea. We have GT3 lining up for today's race, Epic Noob on pole for Coda Racing. I think that's Coda's first ever pole position in Ion GT3 with Sevo, the championship leader, with a reputation to make. Today, he could possibly seal the championship if he scores 7 more points today than Eric, which he is most likely going to do, since Eric is now in P4. Oh, by the way, Agoni's in P3.
Yes. Also, just to confirm, yes, Dom, this is Coda Racing's first pole.
Alright.
As the leaderboard is being reset, so we'll be getting away soon, hopefully.
I just want to discuss something real quick.
Indom has left us. This is depressing. Okay, we are lining up on pole. It will be a 10-lap sprint race. That's gonna be 10 laps of fun. If you're not familiar with the way Ion works, lap 3 and onwards of sprint races, collisions will be turned on. This means anyone, including backmarkers, have the chance to take the leaders out, which isn't good, but it creates slightly exciting racing. The field hasn't been as close as always here. Top time was a 1:24 and the slowest time was a 1:30. Usually you'd expect the slowest time to be within 2 seconds of the fastest one. But we move. As Indom said, you've got Epic Noob on pole, Sever in P2 and Organist in P3. Eric, on his day to try and hold alive this title fight, is in P4. The Season 2 GT3 champion will want to stay within 7 points of Sever this race, otherwise Sever gets the championship. And in P5 is the Craig of Wolf and Greg. We'll just have to see what happens as the race unfolds, but we're still waiting here. As you can see, Epic Nude is surrounded by his team.
Hello, sorry to
And Indom is back.
actually, I have apparently a class that apparently I didn't know about. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I have to go.
Indom, we will miss you.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Coda, carry the commentary for me.
I will.
Alright, see ya.
So, as I was saying, we're just waiting for this race to get underway. I don't know. We're currently looking for a commentator to replace Indom, so just stand by. We have 1 minute has been called to grid up, so we're just waiting now. And it has been confirmed once Ben is done eating, he will be replacing Indom in the commentary box. So right now we're just waiting for Ben to stop eating, respiring, all that stuff. So the first few laps of the sprint race, you'll probably have me, and then we will have Ben as well. So the leaderboard has once again been reset. We're just waiting. Should be getting underway soon. We will have to see. There is Kota Racing being on pole. This is quite a turning point in the championship. The first two races, or 3 or 4, they were doing very bad, but doing well now. The Advans, the KRs, the Uprises, and the Crakes are up there as usual, but there are no Tri-Spirits on the grid today. That's not good for them at their fight with Advan. Both Advans in the Maya today. Usually we have a Vala and a Maya, but Tempe has either opted or has been forced to drive the Maya today. Pro Drive's quite low, and there is quite a high Meme Racing, who seems to be in P6, I believe. It's quite good for them, but we will have to see. This race could affect the championship. As the drivers have been told to jump out and in, they are now jumping out and in. This means we will be getting away soon. Everyone has jumped out and in. Believe the race director is just doing the final checks. I believe that's Kaikera today. Just doing these final checks, and then we will be underway. I don't know what we're waiting for, but something. As the drivers have been told to watch the lights. As we have 5 lights. And out they go. Does Epic Noob get a decent start? Yes, he does, but Seva is still close behind. Seva looks like he's trying to challenge for that lead already, but Epic Noob has retained the lead. Seva is in P2. Garrett and Organist are fighting, and Organist has got into the lead now. Seva is also trying to fight, but he's dropped back. Epic Noob is still in the lead. We'll have to see as they cross the Sector 1 board. Seva is close behind. They're coming towards the hairpins now. This is where the Maya should benefit over the Vizzy, as the Maya has a better handling, I believe. It seems like Epic has still retained that lead, though. No, Seva is now in the lead. Epic in P2. He's going to have to fight to try and get back past the KR, as there seems to be a 4-way battle for the lead as they come through the S's now. Organist seems to be in the lead, but he did just slightly slide through there. Epic Noob trying to get back, and it seems like Seva has taken the lead. Organist and Epic Noob are close behind, though. We'll have to see as they cross the line. Epic Noob is trying to fight Organist for that P2 position. He seemed to have got into that P2 position. Will Epic be able to get back into P1? They're coming towards the hairpin now. Eric is still in P4. He needs to be fighting up there for that podium, ideally, in this sprint race, but we'll have to see. Epic seems to be in P2, Organist in P3. We'll see as they cross the line. Temi has gained all the way up to P5 in a race where Tri-Spirit aren't here. That's not good for them. Temi gets the fastest lap. Epic is in P2. He is only 3/10 behind, though. He's still able to challenge Seva here if he can stay close. We'll have to see. They are coming through Sector 1 as Seva makes a bit of a mistake there, and Epic seemingly flies past, but Seva in that slipstream gets back into P1. They're coming through the first hairpin here. Who will gain this position? It seems to be Seva still in the lead. Something notable I've only just noticed as well is Seva is on the softs, Epic is on the mediums, and I believe Organist is also on those softs. So Epic is praying for these collisions to enable here, while the drivers behind him have the faster tyres. As Organist gets ahead, Epic is still trying to fight that position as he hits the bumps. he's still in the race, but he nearly flips there, gets onto 2 wheels. That's not good for him. He is dropping right back, and it seems like he's going to have to make the majority of his moves while the collisions happen. Now, Sever is being challenged by Organist. They're coming towards the line now to start the lap that collisions will be enabled. Organist seemingly goes slightly wide. Will Epic be able to get a run on him down here? Will Sever be able to get a run? I think he's now in the lead. Yes, Organist is now in the lead with Sever 2/10 behind. Collisions will be turning on in 5 seconds. What will happen here? These two are really fighting for that lead. They need to sort it out. Collisions are now on as Temi almost instantly goes wide. Eric is trying now in P2, and Sever is in it's not P2, P4, sorry, as Sever makes a mistake there. Sever has dropped right back because I think he hit into the back of Organist, which means Epic is now in P2. Organist leads with 2.5 seconds. As we are now getting a replay, I believe. Yes, we are. So what happened here? Sever was behind the Advan, but he's coming up on that slipstream. He's gaining, but the Advan defends the position maybe a bit hard. He tries to go down the inside, I think, and I think he just hits into the rear tire of that Advan. Gets spun around or slides, or ends up basically in a bit of an issue. Yeah, has to brake very difficultly as the what happened to Tempe there? That's almost a flip for the Advan driver. So we're now watching the gaps between the top two are sort of settling down now. Eric is 1.4 behind, but conveniently he's flipped. Eric's flipped. What happened there? I didn't see. Oh my lord, that's not good for him. Sever's going to fly past him now, but Sever is down the field as I believe one of the meme racings crashed into an uprise. Wow, this is not a good day for the leaders in the constructors KRR. Epic talking about someone up there. Epic Noob is really hoping for Organist softs to start dying out as Longman Z gets into P3, and the KRRs of Sever and Eric have dropped down to 6th and 8th respectively. That's not good. I'm not going to be happy about that. Well, this is quite a tie-wear intensive circuit, so I don't imagine Organist almost softs to be able to manage the full 10 laps and keep Epic behind, but I may be wrong. Epic has gained a bit of time here. It was 4 seconds, I think it's now 3.5. We'll see if they cross the line. Epic, Organist crossing the line now. Epic close behind. It's gained. It's 4.2 now between the two drivers. Organist is managing his tyres well, as Lawman V seems to also be gaining slightly on him. He is also on the softs as Lol Fun Greg once again in a sprint race disconnects. His car is right on the apex of turn 1. Someone is going to need to respawn that car quickly. It is now gone. That's not good for him. That's the second time that he's disconnected in the sprint race. He will not be happy about that. As Organist crosses the sector 1 board now, how far behind is Epic? Epic is 5.1 now, with Lol Mazan only 3/10 behind him. Organist really is extending his lap at the front. His lead at the front. Epic is definitely losing time to him. It's now 5 seconds. Through sector 2, it seems to be Epic's strong point. But remember, Organist is on those softs. They're going to die quicker. But with collisions and with a 5-second buffer, I don't think Epic is going to be able to get back into the lead. As he makes a slight mistake coming through there. That doesn't give Lormazan the chance to get any closer, really, but The gap is now 5.9 seconds. He really needs the softs of the people behind and in front to start dying. As Blue Sonic Gen has gained up into P4, I only just noticed that. Everyone in the top few are on softs, apart from Jokey Dev and Epic. Top 10 this is. So maybe that was not a perfect call from Makoto Racing strategy director, who is totally not me. As Lormazan gains another second on that car, but it is one thing to catch and one thing to pass in these sprint races, as Epic is coming through these S's now. Trevor has gained back to P5, but Eric is still in P8. That's not good for his championship hopes. This is still only the feature, only the sprint race. We don't know what's going to happen in the feature. And the Organist is coming across the line to start the 7th lap. We'll have to see what is the gap now. It's 6.3 and 8.1. I think Organist made a slight mistake there. He lost a bit of time to the top 3. Blue Sonic Gen still in P4, but Sever is trying to catch on him. As Sever's made another mistake, he's lost a position to the Brand Star of Jokey Dead, and he's crashed into the wall. Eric's got past him. He's fighting with Jokey Dead for P5 now. That's not good for him. His championship hopes. He wants to come away today and win that championship, as Epic goes very wide. That's going to give Lormazan a great chance at trying to gain on him. It doesn't seem like he's able to gain on him at all, but we'll have to see. Organist is just leading away at the moment. He is up front. We haven't really seen much of him because the battle's between Epic Nude and Lormazan. But he is still leading at the front. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is. He's coming across to start the 8th lap now, as Epic Noob and the Uprise of Lormazan come through the hairpin. He is crossing the line. That's not good for those two, but this gives a good reference for the drivers behind how long these softs will actually last. Or the drivers that are on hards, at least. Now we'll have to see what's happening here. It's only 7/10 between the Uprise and the Kota Racing. Is Epic going to try and defend? What's going to happen? They're coming through towards the hairpins now. Is Lormazan going to make a mistake? Is he going to hit into the back of Epic? We'll have to see. I'm sure they'll both be very respectful. It's now just under 1 second. It's 9/10 between the two drivers. They're coming through the fast right-hander now. Through the S's. Coming up to the Sector 2 board. Where will they be? Epic is 7.3 behind. Lormazan is 8.4, so Epic is slightly gaining on Lormazan through the S's there. Sorry, not gaining, making that gap a bit bigger. They both come down towards the hairpin now. Both get through that cleanly. Coming onto the straight now to start their 8th lap. And I'd like to welcome to the commentary box, Despicable Devil.
Hello, how are we doing?
Very smooth. So Ben, I know you've been watching. How have you thought this sprint race has been turning out so far?
It's been interesting for sure. I think there was very action-packed initially. It's nice to see some refreshing faces. Oh, there's a bit of an issue there with commentary, apologies. It's nice to see some refreshing faces towards the front. But yeah, obviously We're on our second last lap now, so we'll see if any contenders can make their way up for that podium position and contend for it. Epic and LOL still fighting it out in P2 and P3. Epic got a little bit of a gap at the moment.
Something I'd like to mention is Epic caught 2 seconds through that sector. These hards, these softs, the hard from the data I was doing during FP are only expected to last about 12 laps, and the softs are only meant to last about 8. So, does Epic still have the chance to get this win today? It's 6.4 currently. We'll have to see as they cross the line, but he is definitely gaining.
If he does want to do it, he's got to do it pretty quickly. Magnus is working his way around this track. Currently just crossed the line, going on to lap 10, so the final lap of this sprint race.
It's 6 seconds. I don't think Epic's going to be able to do it.
No, he's got to hold on for a miracle for this lap, that's for sure.
Lormazan is definitely losing time to Epic. We'll have to see what happens now.
Yeah, as Epic reduces that gap between him and Organis down to 6 seconds at the moment.
It's 5.5 now. Organis just has to not make a mistake. It's going to be hard on those dead tyres, and that shark is coming straight back onto the track with a vengeance. But there, he's definitely gaining, and he's going through the section that is dead tyres. Definitely should be affecting the most, but he's into Sector 3 in the lead. It's 5.1 between them now. The Shark Racing should be told to get out of the way, hopefully.
Yeah, he's taking significant time off that gap, but I don't think he's going to quite do it in time. As we look at the leader, coming around those last few, almost drifting.
Drifts it like that. As the Shark is massively getting in the way of that Kota Racing, but I think he's just been taken out.
There is
Organist does come home in P1. An Epic Noob from his maiden pole will get his maiden sprint race podium.
So there we have it. Top 3 crossing the line already. Organ's coming home to take that winning position. Epic Noob in P2. And LOL Man's coming home to take P3. Gap 8 seconds there from the leader to P3. You see him coming in on that slow cool down lap. Still got some drivers across the line now. AG Capadonna does so to secure P8. Got Tempex, comes home to secure P9. P3O coming home to secure P10. Behind him Garrett and Water Department. There is Big Boy and Zacco as well. Coming around those last corners. It seems like we've got a battle to the line there between Zacco and Lucy. Who's going to take it? Looks like. Has Zacco been pinned to the line? No, he hasn't. He's just secured that position. Right down to the line there between the 2 teammates of the Vexala team. There we see the drivers now finishing up from this sprint race, working their way back towards the grid for the feature race, which is soon to come. And make sure to let us know in the chat who you were supporting, who you were hoping to win that sprint race, and who you think is going to win the feature race, which is soon to come. Decare says Sever is really bad, washed up. He's clearly not supporting Sever today. As we're waiting for the race directors to get us ready for the feature race to come. Shouldn't be too long of a delay and wait now. And there is the announcement. It's going to be a 31 lap feature race, so 31 laps. Compared to the 10 we had in the sprint race here. It's going to be a completely different game. We'll see how teams are going to decide their strategy for this, almost 3 times the length. And I'm being told now that Sever requires 6 points here to win the championship. So we'll see what he's able to do in that feature race coming up. Can he secure his title? We will see. And again, we're just waiting on the drivers to get to the grid. Seems like some are coming out of the pit lane now. And we'll switch over to our live feed now. We're currently watching AG Capadonna move his car over to the grid. Obviously he'll be starting further forward than he was in that sprint race with the reverse grid. And I believe,
waiting.
there we go, British Coater is back with us.
Sorry, joys of being a team owner and Ion Media, am I right? We're now waiting. I think we're gridding up. If you don't know, there's a reverse top 10 between the sprint race and feature race. So Organist and Epic and Lomazan will now be at the back, and whoever was in the bottom end of the top 10 will be at the front. I wasn't watching, I must admit.
Somebody was calling for in the chat for Sever to make his way over to the bigger series of F1 if he's able to win this championship here. As you said earlier, there's going to be 6 points he needs to win the championship, I'm being told. So all eyes will be on him for this feature race.
We do keep going on about that 7 points he's got to make up, but you know, it's quite significant. The Season 2 champion looks like he won't be winning this championship. Also something to note, that's the second time Greg's disconnected from the sprint race.
Yeah, clearly some stability issues over on his end.
Well, it's not good for him, but it is what it is, I guess. Can't have everything. Amazing Wi-Fi, and you have to deal with it sometimes.
Agreed.
But hey, here we are. So just to confirm, your top 3 for the feature race will be Neo in the Audi, Tempe in his Advan, and Kappa in his Uprise. That's quite good for Kappa. He's starting quite high up. Obviously not having the best feature race result, but the sprint race is the one that matters, so... Sorry, not having the best sprint race result, But the feature race is the one that matters, so...
Yeah, there we go.
Apologies. So, Ben, what strategies do you think are going to play out today?
I really cannot predict what strategies are just going to go on. I think it's going to be a free-for-all, that's for sure. I don't know how much data the teams were able to gather in the free practices, but hopefully as much as they can, because it's going to be crucial for this second race where more points are able to be scored due to that longer length. You know, there are more variable conditions and then directed into it tyre and fuel, so definitely needs to be factored and considered when it comes to the feature race. And as I always say, you know, your strategy can make or break your race, and especially for the feature race, that's even more important when more points are on the line. So yeah, I think we'll have to wait and see, but
We will. And a quick correction, sorry, I said it was 7 points, but it's now 6 because he scored 1 extra on Epic. Not Epic, Eric. But we'll have to see. Seva hasn't had the best start to the weekend. Second best to that Kota Racing. Then he had a horrible sprint race, but he does start in P5 for the feature, so look on the bright side, I guess.
there are the calls for the members of staff to remove themselves, well, sorry, to get the rest of the cars on the grid.
We will be starting soon, hopefully, but
Yeah, and as we say, make sure to let us know in the chat who you're supporting for this feature race. Which drivers and teams should we look out for that you'll be backing? The Care in the chat here says Seva is washed up. Paolo deserves to keep the most wins in a season. So we'll see if Seva's able to challenge that at all.
can we get a bit of a vote going? Who do you think's going to win the feature
Yeah,
race?
I think we should be able to get one of those up, so make sure to look out for that in the chat.
Or maybe do the top 3 of qualifying?
Not quite sure what we're waiting for here. I think it's still some drivers get to the grid.
Well, there isn't a driver in P11, so I think we're waiting for whoever that is.
Seems like there's a lot of support for Ordnance out here. Mr. Macho Globe says Ordnance will win. WI, one of our members, says Augur is underrated. So yeah, we'll definitely see how he gets along after winning this sprint race.
Something I would like to mention though, before everyone jumps to Organist's aid, he was on those softs, and by the end of the race, when his softs were dropping off, Epic was catching on him. So I don't know, we'll have to see how much advantage those softs gave him, because we're about to start this race. The leaderboard has been reset, 31 laps have been put on the clock. The drivers should be told to jump in and out. There it is. And we will get underway. We've got 20 drivers starting this race.
Yep, as we're waiting for the light sequence to begin now. And which goes to take us away.
So, we've got our first light. We've got 5 lights. The lights are out. Away we go. They weren't held for too long. Nero gets away. Oh, sorry. Tempe gets away extremely well. Kappa and both the KRs instantly get past Nero. He has a horrible start there. So, it looks like Tempe is leading the way with the brand star of Jokey Dev close behind. AG Capadonna has now dropped back quite a bit. He is fighting with Epic, who's now gaining instantly up with Organist. Tempe now still leading the way. The KRs are challenging for that lead. We'll have to see what happens as they cross the Sector 1 board. Bick in that Hoshi already disconnects, and Tempe and Seva are sharing the lead. Red flag, the lights were broken, so it seems we've had another light issue.
Yeah, that's not good, especially for those cars who got a really good start out there. Whilst we're waiting for the cars to return to the grid here, let's just take a look at the replay of that start. Although it's not being valued, we can still take a second look at it and see just what happened.
This is really good for Nero because you saw here, he got a bad start compared to the guys around him.
Yeah, look at
You can
that.
see here the lights at the front went out just before the lights at the back. No one's pitting. I don't know if they're allowed to pit under red flag. Actually no, people are resetting. But as you can see, have we had a bit of a stream? No, we're fine. Nero is going to be really glad about that. As you saw there, the lights at the back went out after the after the lights at the front. So that's not good for the drivers back there.
If we can see it. Yeah, so I think you can kind of see it. The rear one's going out before the front. Might be quite hard to see from the angle. But you can see, and they were just absolutely falling back.
Yeah, even so, he was going off the same lights as the guys around him, and he just dropped back so much.
Yeah.
This gives everyone a second chance on fresh tyres.
Definitely. Let's take a look at our live track mix then at the moment, where we see the cars are forming up on the grid. We're looking at Shoki taking his position in P6.
We'll have to wait for these guys to get back on the grid. Nero, I'm sure will be very happy about that one. Sever and the others, maybe not so much, but at the end of the day, that's racing. When they have a second chance, they are strong drivers, and I'm sure they will catch back up with Nero quickly. Something I also wanted to notice is Organist and Epic. I don't know if they were affected by the lights, but they did not climb up as quickly as I thought they might. I thought they'd instantly shoot up to the lead, but they did not. So we'll have to see how they do on the second restart. At the end of the day, you still have to get through these cars. It's not going to happen instantly.
Yeah,
and Sever and Eric being so high up is a real big disadvantage for Epic and Organist trying to fight for this race win. We're just waiting for everyone to re-grid up. They're taking their sweet time. But hey, that is what it is. Just to put it in perspective for everyone, let's have a little look here at the point system. So, if I can actually load up the points system, that would be nice. Right, so if Epic, Sever to win this championship today needs to finish in first with fastest lap if Eric finishes in second. If Eric finishes in third, he doesn't need that fastest lap. And I believe he cannot start in second either. Oh, if Sever does win this race with fastest lap, he gets the championship, providing Eric finishes in second. If he finishes below Eric, the championship goes on to round 9 at Qatar, I think it is. As we're still waiting for half the drivers to get on the grid, don't know what they're doing.
believe that was Slim Shady who just subscribed, so thank you very much for that subscription. Yep, there it is.
And you never know, if you want to support us a bit more, for only 99p a month, you can become an engineer, which gives you access to wallpapers, sneak peeks, and a special channel in the Discord.
Yeah, it definitely helps contribute back to the team over at Ion, and helps you get extra access to content which normal users don't.
Yeah, I need to feed my family, so please buy that. Ben, are you still eating?
I am still eating sweet corn, yeah. Apologies if you can hear that on the microphone.
What are we? Wait, what did you have for dinner?
I had a chicken goujon. It's more like a chicken breast. Coated in bread. On the side I had
bread?
yeah, you know, like breadcrumbs, breadcrumb.
Oh
coating.
yeah.
On the side I had 4 hash browns, which are very nice. A little bit of ketchup on the side. It wasn't just the usual Heinz ketchup. It was Stokes ketchup, so a little bit more quality to it. And then I also had a little pot of sweet corn on the side as well, cooked freshly in my microwave. As there is the call for all personnel to come off the grid. Apologies, we had to interrupt Ion Master Chef there.
We will be getting away soon then, as Bomb Key does not want to get off the grid. I have to see what happens here, as the leaderboard has been reset. 31 laps are on the board. No server restart today,
Thank the Lord.
as drivers have been told to jump out and in. What will happen off this restart? We will watch on board with Nero, I believe. And let's see what happens here. Oh no, sorry, Jokey Dev. As Apollo is trying to get these staff off the grid. As we've been told to watch the lights.
Shout for any delays.
5 lights. And there the lights go out. They were held for again quite a long time. Nero does get a better start, but Tempe is already into the lead. They come through down towards turn 1. Seva looks like he's in P3. He's had a great start, just what he needed. Seva is now fighting already for the lead. I think he is in the lead. He is almost soft tyres though. Jokey Dev in P3 with Eric trying to battle for P3 with Jokey Dev. Tammy is close behind in P2, but a gap is already forming. Where will the top few in the sprint race end up as we come through Sector 1? Seva has quite a big gap to Tempe. How big is the gap? Let's see. It's 5/10 already. Epic is in P8. Lormazan is in P9. And Organist is already in P5.
And I'm being told now by our director that there was an uprise on the grid who started in reverse. I did see a car get away slowly, so once his lap's over, we'll take a look at that replay again. But yeah, definitely saw a car going really slow there. It's kind of like creeped up to start a little bit early. But yeah, we'll check that again. And Seven's maintaining onto that lead now. The leaderboard is saying there's a gap of 1 second to 7 behind, and then Eric Keeper is half a second behind them. So that's
It looks like Epic is dropping right back into that field. And Lormazan in that uprise is as well. There's quite a resistance from the people who were in the, let's say, bottom few of the sprint race, trying to get back into those point positions, or the top 10, sorry. Top 15 score points in GT3. Epic has now gained into P8. He needs to get past that meme. Let's see what happens here. Lormazan is down in P12 though. That's not good for him. He is usually fighting at the front. Seva now has a 1.6 second lead. And where is Eric? Eric is only in P3.
Yeah, he went really wide on the exit of that corner there, so that's going to sacrifice his entry speed for the next corner. Sever's still holding on to that lead. They got 1.3 to the car behind. Now Organist has taken P3 from Eric. He is half a second behind Temp, who's in front of him in P2. So the two teammates of Advan there, holding on to P2 and P3 for the moment. If they can hold on to that for the rest of this race, that would be really significant points for the constructors in total. 7 just starting to get away now. The gap creeping up to 1.4 seconds as Eric is falling back from that top 3. He's 2.3 seconds behind the leader, just under a second behind Organance, who's 1/10 behind his teammate. As we come around these final few corners, we'll see if they can challenge towards the line.
Epic Noob, after a bad start, is regaining positions. Lomazan has only gained 2. Epic has gained 4, so that's good for him. Lomazan as well needs to try and get back up the order, but he is catching on to the back of this pack that is fighting for P4. Epic still in P6, Lomazan in P9, and Organist is in P3, your top 3 of the sprint race. Not fighting out front yet. Temi holding it quite comfortably in P2 at the moment, but I don't know if there will be some team orders at Advan to try and get Organist by. And again, this is non-collide, so I'd be surprised if there was some team orders.
Yeah, the only thing that would really affect them is kind of dirty air, but I can't imagine that would sacrifice them too much.
Saying that, it does look like slightly Tempe is holding up his teammate. They don't want Eric to start battling for that podium again, and if it gets too bad, they don't want Epic also in that battle. We'll have to see. Epic does seem to have quite good pace now that the first few laps have gone. Lomazan is still only in P8 though.
Yeah, and whilst we've got a little bit of time here, let's take a look at that replay from the start again. So there is the start. We're watching P3, the uprise there. So we're waiting for the light sequence. And there, he's rolling forwards already whilst the light's starting. You can see his front wheels are in front of that white line. And then it's just, he doesn't go. The rest of the grid is just zooming forwards and he just seems to be stuck on the grid. So, yeah, must have been in reverse, we're being told, but not quite sure what happened there.
I wonder if that was him thinking he jumped the start, but he actually hadn't.
Yeah, quite possibly, and then thought maybe if I go really late, they'll forget or something.
Obviously, it did not get him a good start. He's now in P11, and his teammate's only in P9. The junior team of Meme Racing have a driver ahead of both of them, so that's not good. Epic is now gaining on Eric. What has happened to Eric? He's dropped right back, hasn't he? Nope, sorry, he has a bit of vision lag there for me, sorry.
Well, you say that. To be fair, he is dropping away from those front two. The gap to leader is 5.3 for Eric. So it means the gap to 10th ahead of him is about 2 seconds. So it was 1 second a lap and a bit ago. So he is falling back from those front two. And those front two Advent are trying to climb their way forward while Seb is climbing their way, his way away from the 2 cars behind him. So yeah, it's a bit of a who can get in front of who and then extend that gap and extend that gap.
I will have to see, because the Kota Racing driver of Epic is coming on to the back of that KRR driver of Eric. This is not good for him. As said, he needs to get into P2. If Sever gets the lead with that fastest lap, even so, he's not going to be able to keep alive this championship fight, and he's down in P4. Something does make me wonder if this is a strategic play from KRR to keep Eric low and to give Sever this championship. But then again, I like my conspiracy theories, and I will continue on going on about them, as Lomazan gains into P6 now.
Yeah, there he is, kind of in a little bit of a pack there. Quite close to contention with Miro and Blue behind him, but all in P6, 7 and 8, fighting for that P6 position. Epic just a little bit ahead of them. He's about just under 2 seconds ahead of that little pack. He's in a bit of free air, so we'll see if he can get his head down and start pushing to the cars in front. Eric's in front of him, just under 2 seconds as well. And Eric's trying to keep up with that front group of the 2 Advent. Just struggling a little bit, creeping back and back.
He is sort of, it seems like every so often he'll come into Epic's clutches, but then he'll pull out another 2 seconds as Epic, of course, his rookie season in Ion, whereas Eric is a Season 2, as I said, he is the Season 2 GT3 World Championship champion. The experience obviously coming into play there, and one obviously not able to calm their nerves as much as the other. But I do think the Advance maybe slightly dropping back. I don't know. We'll see as they cross the line. Organist has got ahead of Temi. I didn't notice that until just now. It's still a 2-second gap between Eric and Epic. That's not good for him if he wants to fight with the Sever. Of course, getting pole. We've had a bit of an exploiter here. Hold on. They'll try and sort this out.
Right, back apologies for that. Yeah, it seems like there has been. We'll just hide those graphics and positions for a moment whilst they try and get that sorted. Not quite sure what they're going to do, so just hold on here.
No, I assume they'll do it like they did it in IEC, and this will be a full restart, which is good for the top guys that had a bit of an issue there. But we'll have to see what happens. It seems even if we can't get away from server crashes, some issue will creep in.
Yeah.
All I say, folks, is welcome to Ion.
Yeah, so I haven't actually. Have you seen any announcements? I haven't seen any official thing, saying this is what's going to happen.
Well, let me have a look in management. Let's see if they've said anything. Yes, they have.
Because cars are still driving at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, they have reset the laps. I don't know why they've done this. A few drivers did back off, so I don't think this is a smart idea. But I guess the order will sort itself out, and they will continue to drive now. As British Aviator has done an M. Red flag, return to the grid, do not pit.
Yep, so there it is. In the meantime, let us know what you thought about that and who you're supporting, whether that be a team or a car, and we'll read out some of your comments live on air. Thigh or Loose Pot says, Ben, my beloved, mutual feelings returned. Noah says, Advent, my beloved, not mutual feelings returned.
We're waiting for the results to be posted in results, but I will give you the top few when we get that. I believe it was Sever in the lead with Organist in P2, Tempe in P3 with Eric in P4, and Epic in P5. Do not pit, people. Oh, they haven't listened. If you're a GT3 driver listening now, do not pit. I will be right.
Seems we have lost British Coaster there for a moment. Apologies for that delay. We'll switch to our general feed whilst we're waiting for him to return. But yeah, let us know your thoughts and comments on this whilst we again wait for this delay. Apologies for this. We should be up and running anytime as soon as possible.
Right, sorry about that. Yes. Yes, Steve Pod, but drivers have pits, so I don't know what they're going to do about that. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologise to everyone. It says at the top of the screen, return to the pits, and I did not read that. I deeply apologise. I'm having a bit of an off day today, okay? I think we're now getting the order. So yep, Sever will be in P1 with Organist in P2, Tempe in P3, Eric in P4, and Epic in P5. Lomazan, Blue, Nero, Kappa, and Greg round out your top 10 in that order. In P11 to 16, we've got Civi, Jokey Dev, Sunboy, Water Department, Lucy, and Wick. as I believe we will be slocking the server this time. As the Shark Racing of Moomy has just pit. I don't know if anyone wants to sort that out, but I believe several drivers have pit, including the brand star of Jokey Dev, and the other Shark Racing, and the Hoishi, and the Craig. It seems like everyone is pitting. So, rest in peace, strategy. And you will just have to sit tight while we wait for the race to resume.
Right, apologies for that. I am back. As we are now seeing the drivers make their way towards the grid for this restart. We're currently following Organs, who's in that P2 grid position, ready for that restart of 24 laps.
And well, thank you, Hacker. Rest in peace to strategy. It may now be a one-stop race. I think hards to hards is possible now, but we'll have to see what happens. There's a two-stop strategy and a one-stop strategy. Some drivers may try and extend it, and the hards try and get hard soft, but it looks like it'll be hard. We'll have to see real quick. All personnel have been told to get off the grid, so we are starting fairly rapidly.
Yeah, the rapid is just how we want it to get this race back underway.
Apologies for any coughs. My throat is deciding to die on me, but you know, we will survive.
I'm waiting for the light sequence to get going. We'll probably get a driver to jump out and back in soon.
As we wait for our drivers jump in and out, the leaderboard has been reset. There it is. And Ben, if you want to take us off the start.
Yeah, yes, I will definitely do that. Drivers now getting back into their cars, so the light sequence will be beginning momentarily. How good of a start can Sever get to hold on to this lead with the two Advent breathing down the back of his neck? Just waiting for that announcement to watch the lights.
While we wait, this gives, something that hasn't been mentioned, this gives Eric a second chance to get into P2.
As there is the car to watch the lights, so we watch the light sequence. Looks like we've got one light, a little bit of lag. Oh, and away they go. Looks like the Advan starting from that P2 position gets a great start. Second Advan right behind him. I see two uprises working their way towards the front of the grid, and Sever tries to hold on to this lead down in the run into turn 1 and turn 2. Sever gets a nice exit there, whipping it back to the right and continuing around that right-hander, just trying to take as much speed as he can through there. The two Advents neck and neck right behind him as they come into this long and harsh braking zone. You've really got to get the exit right here before they make that right to left-hander. Sever hits it pretty much beautifully. 2 out of them do too. Right behind him now. Competing for P1, P2 and P3 just as we saw it momentarily before the restart. Sever still holding on to that lead now as we're about just over a third of the way through this lap. The gap I'm being told is 7 tenths from Sever to Organ behind him. Tempe is just behind him, and Eric Keeper behind them by 5 tenths as well. It's a great start for Sever, and he's just got to extend that gap to what he had before.
Yep, Sever is leading the way with those 2 advance close behind. Will Temmie drop back now that there's been a fresh start? I think Eric is already challenging for P3, but we'll have to find out. There's quite a gaggle of cars behind him, and Epic has dropped straight back from that start, going from P5. That's not good for him. I think we'll get a replay of that start when things calm down, but while we still got action, it seems Greg is also up there, Lol Mazan is up there, and the Meme Racing is up there as well. Quite good for the Meme Racing today. Organist is right behind Sever. We'll have to see. We had a bit of lag there. 6 drivers aren't tied for the lead, but enjoy the closeness while it lasts. Sever is actually leading the way with Organist close behind. I think Eric has made a slight mistake there. Or was it another KRR? No, it was Eric. And Epic has now got past him. Let's see what happens here. They're coming through their hairpins towards Sector 1. I'll be able to update you on the gap when they get there. Let's see.
Done it again.
Oh, has it? No, Sever leads the way. Organist close behind. And then there's quite a few cars battling for P4.
Yeah, Sever and Organist both setting the fastest sectors of Sector 1 there. Organist crossing at second, so likely him setting a faster sector time as we go on board with him. He's 3 tenths behind Sever in front of him, so he's held on to Sever there. Hasn't let him run away, and we'll see if he can catch up and make a move to the position as they go into that left-hander. Going to get a better exit than Sever. Sever looks to nicely get away. Sever taking a wider line, is able to take a bit more speed through there. The Organist is still on the back of him as we come into this final sector.
And Epic has made a bit of a mistake there. He's dropped right back again. Lol Mazan is had luckily gained all the way back. He's fighting for P4 now. I think he's just got past as well as Eric. Eric has dropped back a little bit, but we'll have to see what's happened as they cross the line. Let's see what has happened, what's the damage.
Yeah, he's got that P4 position, so he's just behind those 2 adverts. We'll see if they're able to catch up to Tempe in front of him. Comfortably 1 second to Tempe in front of him currently.
Well, Organist is losing a bit of time to Sever. Sever gets the fastest lap again. It's 0.9 seconds between the 2 drivers. Let's see what happens. As they come through Sector 1, who will lead the way? Well, I assume it'll be Sever. Organist close behind. It's 1.3 now, and Temmie is 3.3 behind the leader. Now it has calmed down a bit, but Sever still leads the way. Organist in P2.
Gap now from P2 to P1 is 1.3 seconds. Temmie's about the same gap behind that. Just a little bit more. It's going to be 2 seconds by the look of it. Oh, apologies, just update to 3 seconds. Lol Mazan is right on Tempe for that P3 position, fighting neck and neck through this first sector. Eric's fairly close behind them as well, as we go on board down this long straight into that harsh right-hander and into left-hander. Who's going to be able to brake later? It looks like Lol Mazan's got the lead. Can he get the better exit? It looks like he hasn't quite got as wide as maybe he wants to, but he gets the better entry for the next corner. They're neck and neck through this middle sector. Who's going to be able to get the better exit?
A little bit.
Yeah, he's gone onto the grass there. I don't know if that's going to cost him time. Visually, it looks like they're right up with each other, but we'll see what the leaderboard says. The leaderboard says he's currently in front right now by a gap of 1/10, and that looks visually to be true as well. So he's able to get through and made that position. Cracking stuff there.
That's good for him. That will be good for the Uprise team as well, but their second driver is down in P9, fighting with again, the junior team of Meme Racing. Blue Sonic Gen, as Epic has joined this battle, trying to gain these positions back. He looks to be faster than his two drivers, but I won't say anything yet. Jokey, there's a bit of gap between Blue Sonic Gen and Jokey Dev. Of course, Jokey Dev begins the battle for P3, sort of. They're all within a moderate amount of each other. As Eric and Temmie have dropped a little bit back from Lormazan now.
Yeah, 7 now holding on to that P1 position and fastest lap, so maximum points from this feature race being achieved from him. At this rate, he will win the Drivers' Championship for GT3.
Now, when do you expect some pit stops to come into play, Ben? I'd say about lap 12, straight in the middle, because, as I said, I thought the only strategy might be hard. But do you think something else? Do you think more drivers are going to favour maybe a hard-soft strategy?
Well, yeah, I mean, that second softer stint would be dependent on if they can extend this first one. So I think if they are considering, you know, a soft compound for that second stint, or a softer compound than hard, they're definitely going to have to extend it to at least lap 15 or beyond. If you are going for that hard, I think, yeah, lap 12 is about the appropriate position to box. And I think that will be the most favoured strategy of the cars amongst the grid, but we'll have to wait and see now.
Yes, we will. Sever and KRR usually go for a more softer strategy, but we'll have to see what they do. So we'll have to see if anyone tries to take advantage of dropping back to P10 now.
AG Capadonna. What a love.
Or AG Capadonna. Epic's still trying to fight with that meme and get past him. He's been held up quite a bit by him. It's 12 seconds behind the leader now. It's not great. But Greg has gone slightly wide there. Is he going to be able to get past Greg as well? He's seemingly got past Blue Sonic Gen. Yes, he has. Now he'll be trying to fight with Greg. He's in P8. It's about just under a second gap, 9/10. This is the only battle really in the field, so Temmie and Erica are there. Lormazan still in P3. As he spins! Never mind, no he's not! He is spun, that is not good for him. He's going to drop right back and have a horrible exit off there. Who's going to get past him? I think he's down in P11 now.
Yeah, definitely falling back significant place. We'll wait for him to cross the sector time for that to update. Yeah, really not good for him if he had any hopes of scoring really significant points. Or even getting a podium here, you know?
He's dropped down all the way to P7. That's not good for him. That's my favourite saying, apparently. But that brings Eric up into P3. Double podium for KRR currently. That's good for them, I guess, but I have to see how it plays out. As there's a three-way tie for P12 between AG Capadonna, Water Department, and Wix of that Wishy team. And there's a tie for the lead as well. What's happened here? We haven't been watching this. Organist just got past Sever.
Yeah, that's great stuff from him. He's managed to catch up to me. Didn't let him go too far. But he's clearly, you know, gone up another level, cranked another gear, because he's now competing for that lead in this 7th out of 24th lap.
And that's a godsend for Eric. If they're fighting for the lead, maybe, I doubt it, but he may bring these two back into Eric's clutches, or he'll put Sever in P2 and Eric will be able to hold on to this championship fight for one more day with 1 point needing to be scored over Eric. Eric will probably have to win both of the next two races if he wishes to win the championship, but we'll have to see what happens. It's now just 3/10 between Seva and Organist, both in the mire. They're coming down towards the hairpins now. See what happens here. Seva and Maya, they both seem to get a fairly even exit there, but the Maya did go slightly wider. Will this give him a slightly better exit? There's been a bit of an issue with Eric, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if you can see that, but Eric is not 30 seconds in the lead.
Yeah.
He's still in P3. I'm sure he's quite sad about that, but he's in P3, so yeah. As we come on towards the 9th lap of this race. MB still isn't far behind Eric. Advan could make this a double podium for the two, for Organist and Tempe, but he seems to be holding in front, even if it isn't by much. As I believe it's just under a second now, 8/10. As there's a bit of a battle going on between Epic and Jokey Dev. Epic now gaining up there. Kappa and Blue Sonic Gen also having a bit of a battle, I think. Nope, never mind. No, they're not. Sorry. But Water Department and Civi, after fighting for P11, have dropped right back. That's not good. We'll see what happens if they come across Sector 1. Jokey is staying ahead of Eric. Blue is staying ahead of Kappa. And Organist is 5/10 behind. They are going through Sector 2. They've got quite a big gap to Eric in P3, which is just what 7 needs at the moment. Ramazan is now in P5 after his mistake, but strategies may start playing a part now. If someone wants to go for a massive undercut, they may pit now, but I doubt they will. Jokey Dev slides a little bit, coming through the final corners. Organist and Seva once again battling for that lead. Quite an intense battle between these two. I think Organist has got into the lead. Yes, he has. Seva trying to get back past. He has got back past, but then again, going through the S's, seems Organist is back past. Let's see. They're coming towards Sector 2. Seva retains the lead. Organist is still close behind. Every so often he's challenging him. But we'll have to see what happens between those two, because they're still able to we go on to lap 11. Organist losing a bit of time to Seva, but back into these hairpins. It seems like Organist is now in the lead. It seems like he is. He may not be. Let's see as they cross the line. It's 2/10 between the two drivers. They're still battling. Hasn't been the dominant showing that it usually is from Seva. We'll have to see. Trevor seems to be gaining time through these S's and through Sector 3, but he loses it in Turn 1. And saying that, Organist is still close behind. I've just noticed Sever is on the softs. That will be why Organist is finally gaining time. Sever's tyres will be dying. What strategy is this from KRR? There's Jokey Dev is our first pit stop. I assume he'll be coming back onto these hards. Let's see, he's going for the undercut. Against the driver that's arguably faster than him. He's going to have fresher tyres, even if it is by a lap. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll have to see. I'd expect a lot of drivers to start thinking about coming into the pit lane now. Rookie Dev coming out of the pit lane, he is in P11. Quite far behind. And I think he's gone lower than P11 actually. We'll see as he crosses Sector 1. Yeah. He's in P12. But he did pit, of course. We'll have to see where that comes. Now, who is going to pit? Organist hasn't. Steva has. Eric hasn't. Tempe hasn't. Lomazan hasn't. Epic has. Greg hasn't. Blue Sonic Gen hasn't. Alpha hasn't. And neither is Wick. So that's your top 10. We'll have to see, they might be going for the soft strategy here, but how much time are they going to lose? We'll see here. They're now coming out the pit lane. He's coming out in P5. Greg may be ahead of him. I'm not sure. We'll find out as they cross the line. Epic coming out the pit lane now. He looks to be in P10. Just ahead, CV is coming into the pit lane, so he is in P10, yes. And he comes out ahead of Jokey Dev. That's not good for Jokey Dev. Jokey Dev will not be happy about that one. So Epic will now be going for the undercut on the drivers in front of him. So that's Lolmazan, Tempe and Eric. We'll have to see how much time they lose on these less fresh hard tyres, which should start coming off a cliff now. So let's see how much time he gains here. Really, if oh god, he goes a bit wide there. As Organist comes into the pit lane, Sever will be going for the undercut here. What tyres is Sever on? Greg does not pit. Sever is once again on the top. Tempe does pits. So does Lomazan. Does Epic gain any positions? MP coming out of the pit lane now. Eric coming across the line. Epic seemingly has got out ahead of Lomazan. But he is behind Tempe, but not by much. And he's going to be gaining time on Eric. Tempe coming out on the hard, but they are both on the same tyre choice. Now, how fast will Tempe be compared to Epic? Epic, of course, started on pole for that sprint race, but a bad strategy call from the Kota Racing team saw him finish the sprint race in P2, which still isn't bad. He's made quite a few mistakes in this feature race. We'll have to see where he finishes now. Eric is still staying out. I don't think this is a smart call for him. He's coming in this lap. He's on those hard. Is he going to go to those soft? I assume he will. he's going to have a massive drop-off for the final 8 laps. Even with the speed he'll have, but we'll see. Maybe he'll go into the hards. I may be wrong. Now, will he come out ahead of Epic and Tempe? Greg and and I think Eric has come out ahead of both Eric and Tempe. He had a very quick pit stop there. I didn't think he was... I don't know what happened there, but he had a very quick pit stop. Anyway, Tempe he is on those softs. Let's see what happens for him now. The KRR and that Maya does seem to have decent tyre wear. Organist once again on the hards. I wouldn't expect this from KRR, but maybe it'll play out for them in the right way. There's only 9 laps to go, but the tyres seem to die off in 10. Anyway, we'll see what happens. The only 2 people yet to pit are AG Capadonna and Blue Sonic Gen. I assume they'll pit this lap onto the softs, as AG Capadonna almost spins there. Kappa does spin, and so does Blue Sonic Gen. Very interesting entry to the pit lane for them too. That'll put Tempe and Epic up 2 positions, as well as everyone behind them, up to about probably P11 of width. Let's see where they come out. Obviously going for the overcut here. I assume they'll go into the softs. We'll have to see what happens here. Epic is losing quite a bit of time to the car in front, and Ramazan behind is going faster. Let's see what happens between these 2 drivers as well. As we see the meme racing reverse? What is Uprise doing? They are keep reversing off a standing start. Kappa really doesn't want to keep doing that. That's why they're losing so much time this race. The Organist has already lost 4 seconds to Sever, who is on the soft. But again, most soft will die out, so I don't know if this is a good call from KRR, but Tempe has just made a bit of a mistake, and Epic is challenging him for P4. We're now watching Tempe come through this hairpin. He's going to remain ahead, I think, but the Kota Racing of Eric is close behind. Eric, Epic. Organist is now 4.9 seconds behind. Sever, he is losing loads of time to the KRR, who is on soft. The battle between the Tempe and Epic is just about a second now, and I think Lormazad is involved in it as well. Yes, he is. He's just behind the Kota Racing of Epic. I think Epic pitted first, then Lormazan, then Tempe. But we will see what they're able to gain. Let's see what happens as they cross Sector 1. What are the gaps? It's really close between the 3 drivers. Just a second between them, I think. Just about 1.4 in between the 3 drivers battling for P4, but Tempe keeps losing out on these S's. Will this give Lormazan and Epic a chance to get past? We will have to see. Lormazan is challenging Epic into that corner. He is on the softs, I just realised. I don't know why he's on the softs. I'd expect him to die fairly quickly, but that gives him an advantage against Epic. As he has got past Epic now, and Blue Sonic Gen is en route for the fastest lap. 6 laps to go in this race, and it's a 4.8 second gap between Seba and Organist. I think Seba's tyres are dropping off a bit now, as Eric has gained a bit of time on Seba, so I think he may have made a bit of a mistake. As the battle between the P4 to P6 drivers continues, we're watching Blue Sonic Gen, who has been setting quite some spicy sectors. It's gone quite wide there. Greg also gaining a little bit of time on these drivers battling for P4. Epic dropping back a little bit, making a bit of a mistake there. Greg keeping that gap consistent to Seba. Organist is now 5 seconds behind Seba. He's not really pulling out much now. It's about 4.5. As the tyre drop off, the Seba started. As Eric set for purple sector 1. Let's see what happens as they cross sector 2. If his tyres have started dropping off, Organist still has a chance to get into P1. He's kept the gap similar. It's just as it happened with Epic and Organist, but there's quite a few more laps involved in it. Will Eric and Lormazan's tyres also start dropping off then? As Epic makes a bit of a mistake coming through there, Seba still 4.5 seconds of 4.5 seconds between them, but let's see what happens as they cross the line. I think it's shrunk. No, it hasn't. It's 4.6 now. As I think Lormazan's tyres are definitely dying as well. The soft runners aren't able to get that as big as a gap as I thought they would. Let's see what happens with Seba in these coming laps, because I think his tyres are about as good as the hards now. And corner by corner, they're going to get worse and worse. Coming through the hairpins now. Sorry, that's Epic. Sorry, that's Eric. It's 4.4 between the two drivers. Seba is holding on to these dead tyres as much as he can, but through the S's, that's where the tyre wear is going to matter. Crosses the sector 2 board now. Where is Organist? Organist is here. It's only 3.7. And Ben has sadly left us. E-Board is back, but he will not be joining us in commentary. So we will still have lovely stream direction. We're watching Organist, who is 3.7 seconds behind. We'll have to see as they cross the line where they are. Epic had lost a lot of time to Lormazan. He must have made a mistake. Seba crosses the line. Organist does as well. It's 3.9 between them. Organist is gaining, but I don't think it's enough. I think Seba may have secured this win. But we'll have to see what will happen. Now 3.9 between them. Gap once again has extended in Seba's favour. That's not good for Organ. But we're coming through the S's now. Maybe Seba's tyres haven't died. Maybe he's playing mind games with the Advan driver. Organist hunting for his second win in Ion GT3. I think it's his second win in the feature at least. coming across the line now. What will the gap be? 3.9 the leaderboard says, but that is going to change. It's now 4.3. Seba is extending that gap. That's good for him at least. Seba coming through these hairpins now. You'd expect his tyres to start dropping off around now. His tyres look like they were dropping off a while ago, but maybe they're not. Eric has gained a bit of time to Seba. It's now only 9.9 between them, whereas before it was 10 seconds and 11 seconds. But Eric is trying to fight past these back markers at the moment, but they will be giving him slipstream, and he makes a massive mistake sliding right off the track. That's not great for him. His tyres will not be liking that one, I'm sure. We watch a replay of what happened to Eric there. I think he just loses it. Just gets on the curb of it, tries to avoid the bumps, and slides right off because of it. There isn't much traction on that grass, so maybe that does allow Eric to continue without much loss on his tyres, but still, don't want that. There's something that's happening right now. It seems like Greg is right on the back of Epic. But Organist is also gaining on Seba. Once again. But it is the penultimate lap now, ladies and gentlemen. I've only just noticed. It's been quite an intense race so far. And we will have to see. Seba is coming through Sector 1 now. What's the gap now? 3.6. Organist isn't gaining enough, at least at the moment, to get back into the lead and win this race. Eric is back at 10 seconds in between him and Seba. That's 7 seconds in between him and Organist. Got an 11-second gap back to Lormazan, who's gaining a tiny bit of time on Epic. Sorry, Seba. Why is there a KO? And Greg is going to P6. Seba comes through Sector 2 now. Coming through the hairpin, he's going to start the final lap. It's 3.2 between him and Organist. Let's see what happens on this final lap. Epic's trying to fight back for that P6 position. Is he going to be able to get it? They go neck and neck through that turn that leads onto the tightening apex, coming down towards the hairpin. Greg gets the better exit on the soft, more sticky tyres, coming down towards the hairpin. It looks like Greg's tyres are slightly deader, but he is going to get the better exit again because he's got more grippy tyres, and I think he's braking earlier. But we'll have to see. Epic is in the slipstream. What's the gap? It's only 4/10 between the two. They come down towards the chicane. Who is going to be leading as they come towards the hairpins? I think it'll be Greg out of the two. We'll see what happens through the hairpins as well. Greg on these softs is probably going to get more an advantage because he needs these exits. But this is a very starty section of track, and it can swing either way between the two. I think Epic has gained time, but I don't think it's enough. No, it's 6/10 now. They come down towards the S. This is the final lap. Organist has gained quite a bit on Seba. It's now only 2 seconds. Sorry, I've completely missed this. He's right behind Seba, but it's not going to be enough. Seba, if he crosses the line with that fastest lap, will be the world champion of Season 3 of Ion GT3. Organist comes home in second, 2.3 behind. Eric, if no one else gets this fastest lap, or if he finishes in P3, Seba will be the world champion. Seba is the new world champion. As Tempe will now be the next person to finish, and Greg, Epic Noob, Jokey Dev, and it looks to be blue, and then Wick, but Wick is and Choky Dev is nowhere nearby yet. Epic Noob comes home in P7, not a great day for him after he led or got pole so dominantly in qualifying, but P7 is still a decent result for him. Wick rounding off your top 10, and Kappa, after a very disappointing day for himself, will be coming home in will spin coming home in P11. AZ and Water Department in the Pro Drive seem to be coming home in P12 and 13 respectively. Blue Sonic Gen immediately leaves the race. Seva, of course, will be very happy with that. He is now the world champion of Ion GT3 Season 3. Well done to the KRR team and Seva. Eric is already waiting at Parc Ferme. And we will take you through the podium when it happens. We're just getting ready to start the podium. I believe the drivers are being TP'd now. The advert is currently doing donuts just below the So here we go for the podium procedure. In P3, we have Eric. Okay. KRR have Epic and Eric in the same team. It's just rude. In P2, we have Organist in that Advan. And your Season 3 Ion GT3 World Champion Seva in P1. Boom, there he is. The whole KR team are very, very happy. That Kaikera seems to be hitting everyone out of the way. So thank you. Big thank you to all our members. Yes, it is. Just for 99p a month, you can join these members. So why don't you? Because that benefits us. So make sure you stay tuned, as crossbow qualifying will be starting immediately after. I think it's started now, and we will get on air for crossbow soon. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in a fortnight for another GT3 race. We'll see you next week for F1's rerun, and I think IEC, but I'm not particularly sure. And good luck!